Good morning, eighth graders. Today we are continuing with our planning of the White River Valley 2120. I want you to start to make decisions today. You are going to be deciding which town you are going to be redesigning for the future. You're going to be looking at education today, and you're going to start making some decisions around what you want education of the future to look like in your specific town. So this is where we are starting off. The slides look very similar to last time. You're going to watch the video, and the video you're going to watch here is actually the video you're watching now. So that's what I'm going to put here in this spot right there. You're going to decide which town you want to redesign: Bethel, Royalton, um, Stockbridge, Rochester, whichever town that you live in should be the town that you want to do redesign. But it needs to be the town in the White River Valley. You now need to make the difficult decision. And I hope that I was able to convince you that it is very possible that in the future we see Vermont towns growing dramatically. Whether people decide to leave urban areas because of rising sea level or because of fear of future pandemics. I was just reading an article the other day saying that people were planning to leave the city in search of rural areas because they are terrified now after seeing so much death and loss in the major cities. Now, Vermont it hasn't been as bad yet as it has been in New York City or in New Jersey and Newark or in the Boston area or in Louisiana. And those are areas where we already see a lot of changes coming. So we are trying to imagine, and for the purpose of this assignment that we're going to be doing for the rest of the year, you need to decide on your city reaching a population between 250,000 people and 600,000 people. You get to decide that population you want it to be. You can choose 250, you can choose 300, 422,000, whatever you want it to be, choose it. Then I want you to use Google to try and find a city of a similar size. You're going to find many, many cities around the US that are a similar size to yours. And you're going to have a lot of different options. I imagine some will be in Florida, Colorado, Texas, California, Washington, New York, New Jersey, a lot of different areas where you're going to find similar sized cities. You get to be creative and find one that is similar size to you, and I want you to look into it. Look at the city design, the city layout, stuff like that, and start to get ideas for your city. So find a city, put it there. Then I want you to research the education of that city. And these are very, very simple and quick Google searches. Do not spend forever on this unless you want to geek out and spend more time on it. You don't need to spend forever on this. So you choose a city and you end up with Boulder, Colorado. How many schools are there in Boulder, Colorado? I'm just making that up. I don't know how big that city is. How many elementary schools they have, middle schools, high schools? You're gonna be surprised to find out how many schools some of these cities have. Um, and then find out how many kids on average go to each school. Now, most cities will have a supervisory union website that'll give you all this information right away. It'll be pretty easy to find out. Then, where are these schools located? So, do a Google Maps search and look for a couple of the schools. See if they're on busy roads. Are they in neighborhoods? Are they all clustered together? Are they spread out throughout the city? Are they huge? What kind of facilities do they have? Do they have ginormous football stadiums, or are they pretty small and pretty modest looking? Take a look at them. Are some of them really dilapidated because the city doesn't give very much money for schools, or are they really fancy and high tech looking? Try to look into that. And obviously, describe your answer here. You're going to be filling out all of these yellow boxes or spots for you to fill out. How many schools should your town have? And this is where you start to do the planning. Sure, you could have one school in your town of 450,000 that has 38,000 kids in it, but that's obviously an insane idea. But I want you to think about how many schools your town should have, how big you want each of those schools to be, and that should be based off of your population. Next, you're going to watch one of these videos. There are several videos here, really cool videos about different relating to education in different towns. And I want you to think about what you want your town to be known for when it comes to education. Are you going to be a town that really focuses on high tech jobs, on having meditation in schools, on being schools of the future, on being really big into sports, on whatever. So I want you to think about what you want your town's focus to be towards education. And every town tends to have, and every supervisory union tends to have a focus on education they really want to focus on. And I want you to talk about it here, what you want to focus on. Finally, your last step, use the next slide to create a collage of what you want your school of the future to look like visually using found images from Google. Have fun and be creative. So it's on the slide right here. You're just going to create a photo collage. If you want it to be focused on sports, you can give ideas of what that looks like. If you want it to be focused on high tech, on doing tech and woodworking, on having online learning for everybody, on being super small, on being really rural and forested, and people using outdoor classrooms. Give me an idea of what you want your school of the future to look like, and create a little photo collage here. If you have any questions, please email me. I'm available, and I'll be available anytime that you need for this. I have office hours on Tuesday and on Friday. I love talking with you guys about these assignments, so please, please, please check in with me, okay? And also, if you attend my office hours, I tend to cut down the expectations of the assignment. So office hours are a great thing to check out. I will talk to you later, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.